spectacular second week highlight. Now, we're into our third week, and also I want to make sure you guys are getting involved. We're going to take this opportunity before we do dive into our first game between Northern Gaming and ALGAE. I'm not helping them with the meme. I'm going to pronounce it as a true Brit should. Do get involved on social media. It is the hashtag OWOpen. You'll be hearing me just natter on about this as much as I possibly can, but we are loving what you guys are throwing at us. Of course, throw it at every single social media you can find, at Play Overwatch, at FACEIT, at ELEAGUE, wherever you want to send it, but with that hashtag OWOpen. I just did it again. I'm trying to stop this fake Jimmy
You're
Fallon
addicted.
hashtag. I just can't stop
like a
it.
nicotine.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I'm telling you about...
I need my hashtag, bro.
Give it to me one more time. And alongside that, guys, if you do want to play, it's behind me. Faceit.com is where you get the brackets and how you can go ahead and sign up. That's what you need to be doing. OverwatchOpen.com is the one where you go and get all the information. If I'm sitting here and you're like, who on earth is this guy and what does he want to tell me? That's the one thing you should remember. If you want to take one thing away from this broadcast, apart from that Joshy is very scary when the camera does turn off, you need to go ahead and head to Overwatch Open. That's what you need to remember, overwatchopen.com. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hi.
So, I want to talk about Anna, is what I want to do. I want to talk about her a little bit more, because she cropped up and found success on King's Row, and it's making me a little bit happy inside, because we saw people experiment upon release. Now she's gone and actually found the winning team played Anna. So, the ultimate. Where is it at in your mind in terms of balance? Because I don't think I've seen like a crazy mind-blowing Anna ult yet.
It's tricky because it can be shut down. The McCree stun, Earth Shatter, Graviton Surge, something like that. So Ultimate can be negated just like many others. Death Blossom can be negated by Defense Matrix. The Nano Boost can be negated by those things. So sometimes you're going to get a lot of mileage out of it if you've got the setup already moving your way, the momentum already moving your way. It can really be a nice finisher, a street sweeper.
So
Reinhardt.
Have you seen one? This is what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen. I can't think of the players right this moment, but a whole Hog Ultimate with a Nano Boost can definitely clear an entire room in just a couple of seconds. So again, if you've got the setup and you know that it's not going to be interrupted quickly, definitely just go for it. But I think the interesting thing, the real key to Anna surfacing in that EU match was that she wasn't replacing Lucio or Zen. She was being added to it. And that's the reason we haven't seen so much Anna, is because Zen and Lucio just have more complete kits overall.
Well, did you see? I mean, I absolutely loved it. I found a graphic just a couple of days ago, actually, where it was explaining, the pick rates of last week's European and North American broadcast, and the two must picks in every single competition were Lucio and Zenyatta. This is ones where you have to. It raises to question, the other options available. You sit there and go, well, there's a reason Mercy isn't getting played. Let's work it out. Because we previously had the Mercy meta, and that's fallen away, John. So Lucio and Zenyatta are the only guaranteed lock-ins. What do you think's just nipping at their heels? What's like kind of third in line, do you think, to be the insta-lock?
Well,
is this where you start talking like McCree's?
Kind of. I mean, there isn't really another support that is going to be
not necessarily
anytime
support,
soon.
Just in general.
Yeah, so I think in general, it's most likely to be McCree. Everything else that we've been seeing rotating in, Zarya, I think, is a very good candidate for that. Zarya and McCree would be 1 and 2. Not 100% sure in what order, and it does seem to be switching a little bit. So they would be the nipping at the heels. But I think the teams are mixing other heroes in quite a lot. I feel like the first weekend after the patch, we saw no Roadhog. Then last week, we saw some. This week, we're seeing a bit more. And we may well start seeing that shift evolve. I haven't seen anyone like Widow's still very situational, not coming back anytime soon. Pharah, more or less non-existent.
I'd raise an argument for D.Va as well, actually. Like in these kind of double tank comps where you're seeing Winston and D.Va's being a nice little combination, that's cropped up. Is that recent since the patch or what?
I would say it's been map dependent, because D.Va obviously can get up on ledges where Reinhardt can't and Zarya cannot. So D.Va is really good for breaking up those high ground defenses, because she can basically just push the enemies off the ledge and basically break their hold on whatever choke point that it is. But we are entering King's Row.
It's time. It is time. ALGAE. Okay, I gave it to them that time. ALGAE going up against Northern Gaming. We're about to dive into our first best of 3 of North America. This is the Overwatch Open. We're into week 3. It's a best of 3, and these North Americans are about to butt heads to try and get one step closer to those playoffs. Gentlemen, enjoy.
Oh, we shall. Thank you so much, Alex. We'll be checking in with him again between series, but first up, yes, Northern Gaming versus ALGAE. It is the round of 16 here for the North American qualifier, number 3 out of only 4. You only got one more chance for these teams and for yourself to sign up and try again next week. But if the team, whichever team loses here, we'll get a handful of points, but we'll be done for the day, as it is just a best of 3 single elim bracket.
All right, so on the attack, We've got Mini on Reinhardt. Spo will be playing Lucio as usual. Cyberbob on Zenyatta. Dogman will be playing McCree. But dropped, not Broped.
B dropped.
I really want Broped, but no, B dropped. All right, will be Zarya. And then finally, Hui is going to be playing Genji. Now we're out the door, and we're going to be moving up. Very excited to see what happens here. And of course, I am a little bit in love with the defensive Junkrat.
Notably, Guts is in the roster for Northern Gaming. I have not actually seen him play before, so I'm quite interested to see how he'll perform. Over on the defense, we've got Mangachu, Bread Expert, Ned, Naptime, Wolf, the people that you know and love, and then Guts as kind of the newer player on that roster. But I have to point out, Spo, Cyberbob, and Mini are actually all living together. They actually moved over the course of the week, Spo and Mini. They moved to California to live with Cyberbob and have at least half the team boot camping. So kind of cool. And actually, you know, this is a big tournament for them as they kind of get shut down on the offense right now. Still haven't been able to break in just yet as 1 minute has passed already. But I am very anxious to see how they're going to perform. The fact that 3 of them are actually sitting right next to each other makes the comms a lot easier.
Definitely does.
B dropped here as the Zarya, just lobbing her bombs. We've got Earth Shatter available. Can't wait to see Mini try to engage. The Zarya bubble does protect both Reinhardt and Zarya, unfortunately for the offense. Dogman gets taken out there by the Junkrat tire. We've got Mini over on the right side doing what he can, but the defense is holding strong. Wolf is the only member who has fallen so far for NG.
Mini actually had a lovely situation where most of the rest of the team ran straight past him, and he was able to charge and kill 1 of 2 players there, but he managed to pin both of them to the wall, which was quite nice. B-Drop will be able to pick him off. Now Ned, playing Zarya as well, is going to be holding on to the point. B-Drop trying his best to grab that, and it looks like Wolf won't be able to hold on too much longer. 4 kills now for ALGAE, and they're definitely now going to take the point.
Yeah, Dogman, of course, a big part of that as well. You can see his golden gun. He's definitely played enough McCree to earn that. 300 competitive wins, of course, is what it takes to get yourself one of those. Blizzard actually, during the week, announced the rewards for the season. You can actually get 300 competitive points by reaching rank 65 at any point during the season, even if you fall back down. So definitely you guys have some goals out there. I've already locked in my 65, so I'm sitting comfortably the rest of these last 2 weeks. But on the defense now, we've got Ned with Graviton Surge available. Wolf with that Deadeye could be a nice potent combo if they can break through Reinhardt's shield or remove him from the equation altogether. The offense, ALGAE is moving pretty steadily here through the streets phase. We should get our first encounter here at the corner. There's the Graviton Surge. Deadeye coming out from the attackers, finds Mangachu very quickly, but on the other side, a triple here for Wolf, taking out the majority of the team. B-Drop, Cyberbob, and Hui all going down there. Wolf with that nice Deadeye into the Graviton Surge, exactly what we were looking for.
Yep, the counter Deadeye there was fantastic coming from Wolf, and that triple kill is going to reset ALGAE. So now Northern Gaming are sitting pretty. Still 4 minutes to go for ALGAE to move on to the next checkpoint. So no massive deal, but of course every second counts. If both teams are able to complete the map, we will be going to stopwatch. So extremely important to make sure you don't get held up for quite too long. And ALGAE coming in, trying to step up the engagement there. Wolf getting a good kill on Mini to start things off, though, and that's going to be really troublesome. Mini trying to get into position to use Earth Shatter, not able to do so. And the rest of the team now stuck a little bit out in the open, forcing Transcendence out from them, and they might have to pull back here as they trade kills. Really frustrating situation for them to be in.
That was a rough Transcendence. It really didn't get a whole lot of mileage, but look at this. Hui playing Pharah actually gets 3 kills in quick succession. Now a 4th onto Ned. Pharah, my love, the first time she's appeared.
Mangachu's on it well.
Mangachu is also on it, so we've got a Pharah duel now going on in the streets of Kings Row. If one person plays Pharah, the other must answer. At least, you know, try and pick her off, but I'm really glad to see Pharah returning to the meta here.
This is going to be really interesting. You know how we were just saying, we're not sure if we're going to see quite so much innovation from the North American teams. We're about to eat a lot of words here. Double Pharah coming out on Kings Row to start us off. We're being treated to quite something here.
Yeah, it's actually worth pointing out that during the week, the ESL Atlantic qualifiers, we saw a number of Pharahs as well. Tailspin, notably from Envy, spent a little bit of time on her, but still no Mercy. That's the interesting thing. She's still not good enough to supplant the Lucio or the Zenyatta, but here we go. Engaging once again. Ned on the defense does have Graviton Surge available. They're going to break through this Reinhardt shield eventually. Zaps him down. This could be it. That's a great opportunity there, but Ned actually just shows some discipline after taking out the Reinhardt. it's easily apparent that they're going to be able to push them back toward their spawn, so don't use the Graviton Surge when you don't need it necessarily. There's the offense launching their own, and the defensive sound barrier is going to keep them all in good health. B-Drop actually gets a kill on Guts, but everything else appearing fairly even. There's a Graviton Surge, but McCree gets bopped backwards and is unable to pull the trigger to get all those kills, those juicy kills. Mangachu on the defense, though, a star Pharah from a previous era where she was actually much more powerful and picked more often. He is going to get picked off eventually there during that barrage, but did a lot of work. Payload's still moving, though. Defense really needs to regroup here.
And double Pharah definitely treating us to a fantastic spectacle here. Northern Gaming really trying to get their house in order and keep this out. They're now moving slightly forward. Dogman with an excellent flashbang on the top of Reinhardt, but not quite able to make any follow-up damage count, unfortunately. Both teams now going to regroup. 3 ultimates on the side of ALGAE. Make that 2 as Cyberbob just died and respawned. And we have a lone ultimate from Wolf on the side of Northern Gaming.
Yeah, ALGAE definitely has the benefit of multiple ults. Cyberbob's Transcendence could come in a lot of good use here. And we've got Earthshatter available from many. Surprised to see him not charging in. There's the Earthshatter. Good timing there as Reinhardt's shield was down, so that's going to allow them quite a little bit of mileage here on the payload. Mangachu still flying above. It's going to be Dogman's job to try and deal with that, but the payload is, of course, the priority. As long as that's moving, Pharah can shell away all she wants. Dogman's still looking for the supports rather than the Pharah. Discord Orb does go out onto Pharah. There's an Earthshatter for the defensive side. We've got Guts laying a few members flat of ALGAE, but no real follow-up there. And Hui on the Reaper, Dogman on McCree, both getting a lot of value there. Great shot there on the Diva out of her suit. Can be kind of hard to hit, but he does find her. And as that last defensive member falls, nap time on that Soldier, that is going to set a pretty solid time. 2.5 minutes left in the map means it will be around 6 minutes 20, as these guys are saying in the chat. So, of course, we will get the admin's word, and we're not going to take the player's word for it.
Nope.
Whatever time you see on the screen as we flip sides will be the official time. But Dogman, here's a nice clip of a couple of left clicks straight to the heads of his foes. Dogman's still going crazy here, trying to find that Reinhardt. Easy kill for him. Deadeye from Wolf. That was the big moment for the defense, although they did not end up holding for much longer than that.
No, unfortunately not. And McCree still continuing to feature heavily, despite the heroics from Pharah this time around. And we're going to be moving on in now to swap sides and see what Northern Gaming can do on the other side of the coin. So Northern Gaming versus ALGAE. We're swapping sides now, and the time to beat is 6 minutes 21 seconds. Official.
6:21 now for NG to be on the attack, try and beat that time. They will need to complete the map, of course. ALGAE on the defense coming out with basically what you'd expect. The only difference from what we've seen a few times today is that You Must Hui will be starring the Junkrat this time around rather than a Reaper or even a Zarya, something like that. They are coming out with a dual tank defense not featuring Zarya at all. Roadhog and Reinhardt, of course, are kind of a classic combo that have fallen off a little bit since Roadhog has become more susceptible to Zenyatta Discord orbs in recent history. But the attacking team going to definitely be making use of the Zen and Reaper. So Reaper definitely going to be trying to hunt down those Discord targets and can power them down pretty quickly.
This will be really interesting as well, because Junkrat is very good at putting a lot of damage in a small area. So if, for example, Hui is able to completely block off the main entrance, you're going to see a lot of Northern Gaming go through the hotel. Even if you get a Discord Orb off onto Roadhog, you of course have to exit the building and be in prime hook territory to get those shots off on him. So I'd love to see how this composition is able to funnel Northern Gaming, and in particular how we're going to be utilizing Junkrat to defend this first point. But here we go, starting things off with Concussion Mine getting taken out straight away. It looks like most of Northern Gaming going straight into the hotel, but losing Mangachu and Bread Expert very early on in this engagement. And ALGAE getting 3 kills only to the 1. Ned managing to pick off Hui as a bit of a consolation here. Mini getting a couple more kills, and ALGAE will successfully hold the first push.
I just love seeing Reinhardt run in with the axe swinging. He looks so joyful just hopping and swinging the axe, and bodies just falling all around him. Mini definitely had a great time in that small hotel room. The choke is very narrow, so I'm actually a little surprised that they committed to it so heavily. You Must Hui got a kill almost immediately there by trapping someone and just lobbing bombs in. They did take out the concussive mine, but it was not enough to keep that push going. So this time they're going to mix it up a little bit, speed boost through the apartments and actually go onto the high ground. At least Wolf is, but the Junkrat already on the case, lobbing those bombs up there. 120 damage each, add up very quickly. There's an Earthshatter available for Mini, so if they do ever drop down, he's going to be ready for it. There's Hui's Junkrat Tire. The Rip Tire does get taken out by Mangachu, now playing that Reaper, or sorry, still playing the Reaper here on offense. No Pharah's in sight just yet, but perhaps when the street phase rolls around, we may see a return of Pharah.
Indeed, we might, and we can see Roadhog there. B-Drop did have the Discord Orb on him, but was hanging around behind the shield of Mini, knowing that as long as he has a safe place to hook from, it's going to be okay. Ned dropping down now on D.Va. We have the entire team collapsing onto the point now for Northern Gaming, and Mini shield getting dangerously low as he tries to stop. Whiffs a little bit of the ultimate there. Earthshatter basically not getting anyone, unfortunately. Dogman and B-Drop, though, are able to try and pick up the pieces. 2 kills to their name.
Oh,
Mini
wow.
getting that time as well. That was an excellent hook from B-Drop, and ALGAE will be able to clean up. It looked like they weren't in that strong a position at the beginning of that fight, but a couple of great individual engagements allow them back in.
I love that Roadhog was looking dead set at Zenyatta, like, I'm going to hook and get this easy combo, and then the other character just walks right in front of the hook, eats it instead.
Saved Zenyatta.
Yep, saved Zenyatta, who died to another character anyway, so everything fell flat very quickly for them. Mangachu does have Death Blossom available if he can get into a good position. Actually, it's going to be rough now with Transcendence and Whole Hog both powering against them. Wraithwalk will allow him to get closer to his targets, but still not the best position for him to make use of that Death Blossom. Wolf will have to cancel his Deadeye as well. Hui with the tire again getting knocked down by Mangachu, so good presence of mind there by the attacking Reaper to deal with that. But time is getting bled off the clock very quickly, and they do not have A just yet. They are getting very close. This could be it. And finally, 2 minutes and 40 seconds into their attack, finally they take A, and they only have 340 to push the entire rest of the map.
Yeah, that was really, really well played from the defense, just able to keep people in check for long enough. And now we have an interesting situation. 2 minutes. Oh, man, that's quite a long time, really, for the first point. 3.5 minutes to complete the rest of King's Row is definitely possible, Joshy.
I just noticed this bookshop says Moriarty's Fine Books, and we're in King's Row, so it's London.
Yep.
Isn't Moriarty like a professor? Is he like a bad guy in the Sherlock Holmes
universe? And actually, if you take
his bookstore,
if you take a look at just beyond the second point, there's a sign that looks like the London Underground sign, but it says Underworld. keep a close eye on that as we get to the second chunk, but I'll point that out when we get there. For now, though, we have a little bit of a fight on our hands. Mini will be one of the first casualties, and Hui gets blown out of the sky from Wolf. He is on point at the moment with McCree and looking to continue his rampage. Zarya with Discord Orb. He sees a target, not quite able to get that, but Northern Gaming are looking solid.
My boy Wolf playing McCree since Beta 1, not letting up.
Do you see that? Underworld right there.
Ah, there you go. Oh, on the left side there.
Yep.
Yeah, the tubes there. Interesting. So, yeah, Wolf has been playing McCree for so long. I definitely expect him to perform always on the McCree. Dogman, of course, having a great game both on offense and defense. That's 3 kills very quickly there for Dogman and the defense. Just a Lucio left. Red Expert's not going to last long. Mangachu on that Pharah get popped again. These McCrees. This is why Pharah's been gone, folks, because McCree, if you've got the shot, Pharah can't really do much. You hit shift, you die. It's a tough world out there for the rocket launchers.
Yeah, it really is. And Mangachu at the moment is going to be staying on 83% of the way to a rocket barrage. Who can blame him? It always feels good when you actually get a couple of kills off of there, but when you do have a hit scan character who is absolutely on point, as Dogman was just there, it can be very difficult. We're now starting the next engagement. The shields looking to go down very early for Reinhardt. Mini not very much available. And is that sound barrier going to end up saving a whole bunch of the team? Because that Earthshadow was excellent. Mangachu, here he comes with the rocket barrage, getting the kill onto Dogman, but the rest of the team dropping so low that Northern Gaming are now able to finish them off. And Underworld will now be passed by as the checkpoint is reached.
They have 90 seconds. Earlier today, I would have thought 90 seconds is not a lot of time to push this, but we did see a team earlier push in only 40 seconds in this last stretch, and it is possible when you've got ultimates on your side.
By the time we said it would take longer,
yeah,
well, they were done.
Yeah, Ned could slide one D.Va ultimate there and get multiple kills. We don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Hui does have a chance with the Genji Dragonplate. He's already been Discord, so he's going to have to back off. Mini does have an Earthshatter available, but the time is ticking down. Earthshatter does catch a couple of members of the attacking team, and all the kills are going the way of the defense, so this is not going to be one of those 40-second surprise pushes. Hui, with the Dragon Blade out, has to put it away, but everything is cleaned up nicely here for the defense. Offense will have a chance, of course, to rebut. Mangachu switching characters now off of Pharah onto Reaper, but only 40 seconds. They essentially have one push. They have to make it happen here, and with that Graviton Surge and the Deadeye both available on the defense, I don't see it happening. They're going to have to pleasantly surprise me and themselves.
And here comes the Graviton Surge. We need to look for the Deadeye. We find the Deadeye. Double kill for Hui. B-Drop actually getting the kill onto Guts, so a lot of DPS being done from McCree there, but the rest of the team manages to clean up. GGs get called out, and ALGAE, well, fantastic stuff there.
Yeah, they did manage to hold quite well. The Pharah of Mangachu was just picked out of the sky a bit too often there by Dogman. Here we get to see some wonderful highlights. and suppose Lucio being featured briefly there, but there's the hook. Yes, Reinhardt just taking one for the team, even though Zen did fall to Cyberbob anyway, and that attack did fall flat. Wolf did actually hit a very nice air shot there on Hui, who ended up back on Farah at the very last point, interestingly enough. But yeah, both McCree's, Dogman and Wolf, just having great games, and worth pointing out, they both have canine nicknames. So maybe there's some correlation between Wolves and McCree, although Hanzo has the wolf skin. I don't know. Maybe there's something there.
Maybe there's something there. I don't know. I'm looking for players now with canine names.
Yeah, recruit them to be your McCrees.
Yeah, we're going to have like Doge memes
Corgi,
everywhere.
Yeah. Corgi Man, Dogman already taking that mantle there for his team, ALGAE, and they're going to win the first game. That's actually a little bit surprising. Northern Gaming, not too long ago, was taking games, or entire series off of former Luminosity, now NRG, TSM. They had a nice upset series, but now ALGAE coming up.
So do you think it's fair to say that Northern Gaming is similar to some of the teams that we had in Europe, where on their day they can beat any of the top teams, but sometimes even if their coordination's a little bit off, they're open to being beaten by teams that you might not expect?
I mean, proof is in the pudding, right?
Sure.
Is that a British expression? You guys love pudding here.
I mean, I quite like pudding. I'm not sure if it's the expression. One thing I would say, though, is that ALGAE did an incredible job there. They, of course, are looking to get signed by an organization. And what better way to do that than to perform extremely well and try and get into the playoffs here at the Overwatch Open. So they've done extremely well for themselves. The next map is going to be Numbani. ALGAE currently 1-0 up in this best of 3 versus Northern Gaming here in the North Americas. We'll be back with the next map in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.